Hello students, good morning to all. I am Rahul Sharma from LPM School, Gola Gorakhpur. Today I am going to take lecture of 10th class. As you know, this is your physics lecture. Electricity chapter is going on. In previous class, I have discussed about this series and parallel combination of resistor. So today I am going to take the topic heating effect of current. What is heating effect of current? So as you know, there are so many devices by which we can convert electrical energy into heat, into light, into chemical energy, and there are so many energy that we can use to complete our domestic chores. So how we convert electrical energy into heat and on which factor this heat is depend. So in this topic we have to convert, we have to discuss about this topic. So when the conductor is placed on domestic in room temperature, when a conductor is placed on room temperature, then electrons are moving here and there with thermal speed and they collide to each other. But the motion of electron with thermal speed is not sufficient to flow current, because the average speed of electrons is 0. But when a potential is applied across the end of conductor, then electron start to flow with a drift speed. Electron start to flow with a drift speed. Electron start to flow lower potential to higher potential. When electron flow one point to another point, lower potential to higher potential, then they strike, they collide to each other, and they also collide to the positive ion. So it means electron lose their energy, and this energy is transferred to the positive ion. It means when they collide to each other, energy is produced, and this energy produce heat. It means in the material those consist more resistance, develop more heat. So the heating effect of a material is depend upon the different factors. First, when current increases, it means the flow of current increases. So it means the electrons collide rapidly. So the heat is directly proportional to the square of current. It means heat is depend upon current, and the heat is also directly proportional or depend upon resistance. When there is more resistance, then there is more opposite force will act. It means there is more work done by current to flow. It means there is heat will be more, and the heat is also depend upon current. For more time period using a conductor material, then there is a more heat is produced in this material. So I am going to discuss all this effect. So heating effect of electric current. When a conductor like this, battery is applied across the end of conductor, then electron start to flow. This is negative terminal and that is positive terminal. So electron start to flow negative terminal to positive terminal. It means lower potential to higher potential. When electron flows in middle, positive ions are also present. So it means this electron start to collide with each other and also with the positive ions. It means there is energy is transfer electron to positive ion. And when collision will take place, energy is released and this energy produces heat. Okay, and the heating effect, this heating effect is depend upon the following factors. The heating effect is depend upon current. The heat is depend upon current. The heat is depend on resistance and the heat is depend upon time. Now we have to find the relation between heat and current, heat and resistance, and heat and time. So electric heat is produced when there is collision, and when collision it means work is done. When work done will take place, then electric energy, this work done save as a energy in a conductor, and this energy convert into heat. So it means we have to discuss about electrical energy. Electrical energy. Electrical energy. When current flows through a material, then the electric potential is equal to work done upon charge. It means work done to carry a unit charge from one point to another point. So it means V equal to W upon Q. So W is equal to V into Q. This work done. What is source of energy? This battery. This energy is source of energy, and by this energy current are moving, but a small portion of this energy is used to flow of current. The most of energy is waste as a heat. So this work done convert into energy, and this energy produce heat. So it means H equal to V into Q. As you know, V equal to R equal to V upon I by using Ohm's law. So V is equal to R I. V equal to Ri and Q equal to I into V. So by putting the value of V and Q, let's do equation first. So by putting the value of V and Q in equation first, so R I into T. So H equal to R I square T. It means the heat produced is given by R I square T. Or you can write H equal to I square R T. This is the formula for heat. So now you can see clearly the heat produced in a wire, in a conductor, is directly proportional to the square of current, and the heat is directly proportional to the resistance of wire, and this heat is directly proportional to the time interval. So you can write the following factor on which the heat is dependent. The factor on which heat is dependent. So first, heat is directly proportional to the square of current. To the square of current. Second, the heat is directly proportional to the resistance of wire. So you can understand easily, if the resistance of wire is more, then it produces more heat, as nichrome is used as a spring of a heater, because nichrome wire consists high resistance. So when current flows through it, so it's get red hole and heat will produce, and this heat we can use to complete our domestic works. Okay, and the heat is directly proportional to the time period. Okay, so I hope you understood. These are very important. This is also known as Joule's law of heating. This is also known as Joule's law of heating. So formula is H equal to I square RT. You can convert this formula, as you know, I square equal to V upon R. I square equal to V square upon R. So H equal to V upon R whole square R T. So H equal to V square R square R T. So H equal to V square upon R into T. This is the formula for heat. Now, if we have to replace R, so R equal to V upon I by using Ohm's law. R equal to V upon I. So H equal to I square V upon I into T. So I cancel by I. H equal to V into I into T. That is first, second, and third. You can use any numerical to solve. Any formula is used to solve numericals according to condition. If current and resistance and time is given, then you can use this formula. If voltage and resistance is given, then you can use this formula. If voltage and current is given, now you can use this formula. So this is very important formula numerically as well as theoretically. Now we have to discuss about the unit of heat, unit of energy. So joule is the SI unit of energy. Joule is the SI unit of energy. So unit is joule. Energy will come in joule, and the large unit that is used to find the amount of electricity that consumed our home. It means the large unit of energy equal to kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is known as unit. Kilowatt hour is equal to unit. Your bill of electricity will come in unit. If you consume 50 unit, you consume 60 unit, 100 unit. So 100 unit means you consume kilowatt hour, and the rate of electricity, let it is 5 unit, 5 rupees per unit. And if you consume 100 unit per month, then by multiplying 5, it means it is 500 rupees is your monthly bill. So I hope you understood how to find the amount of bill. So this is very important. You can convert kilowatt hour into joule. There is a small relation between kilowatt hour and joule. You also convert joule into calorie. So this formula I will explain in my next video. So you have to try numericals based on these formulas, and the numericals based on these formulas I will explain in my next video. So I hope you understood this topic clearly. Thank you very much.